I'm on my way to the Osceola National Forest to do some product testing. Let me tell you a story. Just about 2 weeks ago, I was out in the National Forest in a certified dark zone for star viewing, and I took some people out there with me to go look at a meteor shower, which was projected to be taking place that night, actually all week long in the northern hemisphere. So while I was out there, my grown daughter, who is a nurse for an OB/GYN department in a hospital in downtown Jacksonville, and that hospital is not in a great neighborhood. So my daughter, who works at that location, her car was giving her trouble. Brand new Subaru, so it was kind of disappointing. But anyway, she tried to call me to ask me what she should do. And so she was unable to reach me because I had no cell signal at all. But she had some idea of who was with me, and she was able to send out a group text, and one of the persons that was with me, a good friend of mine, Michael Roberts, he's got a YouTube channel as well. I'll link him in the description. He received a call from her, and he had pretty good cell service. He has also a different carrier. I had just a tiny bar here and there. It would fade and go, but I couldn't get a call. So she was able to talk to me on the phone through his phone. So she called him, Mike brought me his phone, and I was able to talk to her and figure out what she should do with her vehicle. So I've been thinking about for a long time getting a cell phone extender or a cell phone signal booster. So I did. I got one, and I'm riding out to that exact same location, and I'm going to see what it does in the way of cell phone signal. So a place where I had only one tiny little bar, some, and then 0 bars at other times, depending on which way the wind was blowing. We're gonna see what this signal booster can do in that situation. Okay, so this is the place, and I'm parked in the exact same spot. I've got my phone in my pocket. I have the weBoost cell phone range extender turned off, the signal booster, and sun is going down, and the moon is already out. Okay, so right there, I've just got it mocked in right now. I want to see if I like this position, if it gives me the results I want. I just stood it up, and I'm going to come up with a more permanent solution. I always say that, don't I? But I have to with this, otherwise I'll tear that thing off. But the weBoost, the external antenna, you pull this and it swivels down. That little thing just holds it, keep it from bouncing around. So I think it's pretty good. It's constructed in a good way. I like that. But the moment of truth, let's see what kind of cell signal I got here. All right, so I'm gonna hit that, and you can see it says SOS. Basically, that means I have 0 cell signal. I think the concept is that I could call emergency services somehow, call 911 and get some assistance, but that's 0 cell signal. weBoost, not on. Now, let's turn it on and see what happens. All right, so right here, I've just got it, I've got it mounted here. Got it plugged into my rear electric just by the 12-volt socket plug into the socket outlet on the battery box. Give it a second to juice up. We're gonna see what we find out. I'm gonna hopeful that I at least have one bar that I can make a call with, and so I'm going to do a test once that. Okay, so I turned on the weBoost, let it power up, and I am now back in the driver's seat of my vehicle. And the internal antenna that rides in the vehicle is right here. I mounted it right here. And the instructions say that it should not be more than 36 inches away from the phone when it's in use, and no closer than 18 inches. So I figured that's a good location. I mean, I could have mounted it up here on the dash or something, but I just thought that should do the trick. If I don't like how it's doing, I could certainly relocate it. There's enough slack on the wire that I could pull it up higher. All right, so let's see what the phone is doing. All right, so I had SOS just a minute ago. Now I've got 1 bar. I will take it. 1 bar LTE. So let's see if I can make a phone call. That's the kicker. Okay, I'm going to attempt to make a call now. I've got 2 bars and LTE signal, not 5G, but I've got LTE, so we're gonna see what happens. Obviously getting texts.
Hey, it's Jordan. Sorry I'm not able to take your call. Leave me a message and I'll get back.
So, even though Jordan didn't answer, I'm still impressed. I think that this thing is already doing what I need it to do. If I need to reach someone, I can turn it on and I can call. If I don't want to be bothered when I'm in these areas that have no cell signal, I can leave it off and no one could call me. So, and you'll see right here, I'm currently just searching for signal. Searching for signal. Because I'm more than 36 inches away from the weBoost internal antenna. Yep, back to SOS. Back to SOS. So, all right, folks. So, I'm going to call that success. So now what I'm going to do, I'm not going to go down any wooded trails because, well, you know what? I may make a more permanent situation with the antenna and the cable right now. Since I'm already liking the location because of the success I'm getting from the test, I can go ahead and make that more permanent. And then what I think I'm gonna do is get some wire loom and then house it right, you know, get it right to the bottom of the cross beam on the roof rack and be up out of the way. And that should be a good spot for the cable. So I'm gonna stretch that out a little bit, give it a little more slack and make it more secure, and then we're going to ride through the forest and see if I can keep phone signal as I ride through the national forest. Okay, so I've tightened it up a little bit, cleaned it up, got the cables routed. All I got to do now is when I get home, got to trim a couple of zip ties, but that looks a lot better. This I'm just going to use, I'm going to keep it here whenever this is in the down position and it rests on that little bracket. It still looks like it's going to bounce around to me, and so I'm going to use that little strap to hold it down nice and tight onto that little bracket. And that thing is just double-sided sticky taped with Velcro, so you know, sticky with Velcro in the middle down onto the thing, so I can take it off and put it inside if I want to. And this also would be real easy to take off and put it inside, you know, when I'm at the airport or, you know, parked up for somewhere for a while, I'm not going to be able to keep an eye on it. So it's not difficult to take it all apart, which is very, very good. Anyway, so let's go for a ride and let's see if I can maintain cell signal as I go through the National Forest, which I cannot normally do. We'll see what happens. Hear you? Can you hear me okay?
I can.
Hey,
I missed your call.
yeah, that's okay. Hey, I got you on camera, your phone call. So I called you to test something. You remember, what was it, almost 2 weeks ago when we were out in the Osceola Forest and I had no cell service and Shell was trying to call me and all that good stuff?
Yes.
So I'm sitting in that exact same location, but I have a cell phone booster, a signal booster, and I've got enough cell signal to make outgoing calls and receive calls. So I'm just out here testing it. Pretty cool, huh?
That's very cool.
It is cool. I wonder, what would it do like on Portsmouth? Would we suddenly jump to 5G? Because we had some cell signal. It was just weak,
I was actually able to get a signal.
Yeah, I was too, but data was nil for me.
It was in and out.
Yeah.
I was able to even get data a little bit. I remember checking some scores and things like that. I was obviously able to do some stuff.
For sure. Well, anyway, that's all. I was trying to think of someone that could help me test it, and you came to mind, bro. So I'm going to ride through the Osceola and see if I keep signal the whole way through.
Okay.
All right, man.
Sounds good. Are you doing a little product test?
You got it. It's called a weBoost, and it's the, I can't remember the exact model name. I better say that later. Anyway, so I'm just checking it out. All right, so I come out here all the time, and that tree right over there, it's kind of in the middle of those. Let me just point straight at it. There's a dead pine tree. It has been standing in that fashion. It's right across the road over there. It's been standing just like that for 3 years. So I want to see how much longer it will stand completely dead. Now, in the Osceola National Forest, even if it's a dead tree, you're not allowed to take it down because they're the home of lots of different animals. In particular, woodpeckers will often make a home in those trees. So you take them down, you take away home for some of the fauna that live out here in the Osceola National Forest. So anyway, we'll keep watching it. This is May the 2nd, 2023. Tree still standing. It's been at least 3 years that I've noticed it standing there. So let's keep it up. Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, where are you at, Osceola?
Yes, sir, I am. I'm trying something out. On the inside of the boat or on the bottom of the boat?
Well, I figured the way the instructions that guy did, I'm gonna pour water in there in the top of the boat, see where it's leaking, then circle it. You ever read that book called Pinhook Swamp?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think I have. Kevin Rourke one gave it to me.
Hey, let me go. Jennifer's giving me a call.
All right, over.
Okay.
I'm eating